What's going on, internet? My name's mflareflare, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Battle Spot Singles here today with a new team, as the last team was absolute hot garbage. So we're bringing Mega Mawile, Hydreigon, Breloom, Porygon 2, Arcanine, and Slowbro. So let's jump right in, get right to the battling, and hopefully we can pull out 2 wins today, unlike in the last episode, which you should go back and watch me fail miserably as we see Alex from Mexico, which District Federal, I believe, is the capital city, Mexico City. As Alex is bringing a Conkeldurr, Skarmory, Blastoise, a Gastrodon, Raichu, and Darmanitan. Interesting to note here, he's got 2 immunities, or really 3 being in the, well, 2, the Storm Draining, probably most likely Storm Draining Gastrodon, boosting his special attack in the water. So if my opponent does bring the Darmanitan, the Gastrodon's probably going to come to cover the water weakness, and the Blastoise comes, and Raichu's going to come. And probably Blastoise, Raichu, and Skarmory, seeing as the Raichu can hit up, just absorb all the electric hits he wants. Common weakness is too weak to grass, 2 resists, possibly Raichu, electric resistant grass. So what to bring? Breloom's looking really good in this matchup. Breloom minus the Darmanitan, which kind of will not be a good thing. So I'm thinking, don't really have anything for, well, the Skarmory I do have the Arcanine, so I'm thinking Breloom, Arcanine, and and Mawile. I think that is what I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna lead out with the Breloom. Since my Breloom's Focus Sash, so I'm gonna have a double Intimidate potential coming out here with the Mawile before it Mega Evolves and the Arcanine. But we're gonna go see what my opponent's bringing here. Alex. So I'm going to lead off with the Breloom here, as my opponent's going to lead off with Darmanitan. So there's a good chance he did bring the Gastrodon in the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and I think the best thing that I could do right now is Spore this Darmanitan, even though it will probably end up costing me my Focus Sash. But then I'll be able to get something in for free. Darmanitan's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Don't really see that on Darmanitan all that often, as I'm going to be burned. That's going to basically neuter my Breloom. But I'm going to get the Darmanitan off to sleep, and I'm going to go ahead and take this free switch out into... I'm probably going to go right out into... Oh, wow. Into the Arcanine, I think, is my best switch in here. So I'm going to go on an Arcanine. It's not really a burn Breloom as well as useless Breloom, except for Spore Fodder and things of that nature. So I'm going to drop this Sleeping Darmanitan down to -1 attack. But there's not really... I mean, aside from the Mawile, it's not going to be able to do much Darmanitan. That's just Flare Blitz fodder. So I think I'm carrying... This Arcanine has leftovers in it, so I really don't lose anything for just going for... Could go for a Wild Charge here. Not really much I can do. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Just play it safe here, see what he wants to do. So Darmanitan is faster than me. Good information to know there. It's a good chance he's running... So Wild Charge is going to do around half there. Because I'm going to recover just about all that off. I think I'm going to go for one more. See if he has a Gastrodon. Now is the time to bring it in, because I'm Wild Charging. So I think the right play here is to Extreme Speed, but I don't think it'll knock out the Darmanitan. If I get a high roll on this next Wild Charge, the Darmanitan will fall. but it all depends on whether he's going to sleep. So Darmanitan's going to wake up and go for a Will-O-Wisp? Is he? Okay. So Extreme Speed will be enough to take out the Darmanitan. I'm not sure. Did he scarf himself in the Will-O-Wisp? That is one of the more peculiar places. Scarf yourself in the Will-O-Wisp, then stay in. His Darmanitan's going to come out now. Braylon will be able to finish him up with... Braylon will be able to finish up the Darmanitan with a Mach Punch, so I think I'm going to save this Arcanine here, and I'm going to go out into my Braylon. I don't think he's going to go for any sort of Ice Beam, and Braylon will be able to eat up the Scald or the potential Earth Power, unless he's going to go for a Recover. Ooh, what a play by my opponent going for the Ice Beam. That's gonna go ahead and take out the Breloom with a crit. Not like it mattered. Could have stayed in there, but I really didn't gain anything by staying in there, especially with the threat of the Skull. Now I'm just gonna go on a Mawile here. Get the Intimidate off. I'm just gonna go ahead and Mega Evolve. Mega Evolve, go for a Play Rough. That is my strongest move I have, and I mean, realistically, this Gastrodon is going to be probably the end of me, so I just need to get as much as I can off. Play Rough connects. It should do quite a bit of damage, and as it does knock out the Gastrodon. So now we get to see what else my opponent's bringing in the back. So he has the Darmanitan, which is almost... So he's going to bring in the Darmanitan here. Now, the thing is about this Darmanitan is I think he's Scarfed. He's going to... My guess, since he's revealed the Will-O-Wisp, he's going to go for said Will-O-Wisp. So I'm going to go right out into Arcanine, finish him off with a quick Extreme Speed. And that should be the end of Darmanitan. Dropping the attack there. So let's see if he... So he does carry the Earthquake. That Intimidate's going to help out a little bit here. This Arcanine is going to live on 37 HP, get some leftovers recovery, and now, realistically, there's nothing that he's going to be able to do. I'm going to go for an Extreme Speed here. So he's going to withdraw the Darmanitan. If he has a Skarmory, that'll what he's going to... He actually has the Conkeldurr here. That's going to do quite a bit of damage to the Conkeldurr. And I think the right play here is just to go for a Flare Blitz and just try and get as much damage as I possibly can off onto the Conkeldurr before bringing the Mawile. That is going to... It's going to go for a Drain Punch, get 9 HP back, which is amounting to, well, nothing. And Mawile will just be able to come back in here. And 2 Iron Heads should be able to seal the deal. Should be. And Sucker Punch should be enough to take him out. Yeah, Sucker Punch takes him out. Now, and this is interesting. Is he just going to try and stall out the Sucker Punches with Will-O-Wisp? Nope. So that does give the impression that my opponent was Scarfed, and he Scarfed himself into Will-O-Wisp for whatever reason. Don't know. But that's going to be one win with this team. We're going to have one more battle in this episode. So let's go ahead and find that next opponent, and I do not want to save that battle video, because only you can keep useless data from your SD card. So last battle for this episode, I'm going to go back in. Let's see if we can't use the side on the... What is that? That's to the right. Of Hydreigon, Porygon 2, and Slowbro. I believe the P2 and the Hydreigon have already made appearances on this season of Battle Splat Singles, as we have an opponent from Japan with a 1499 rating, bringing a Aegislash, Dragonite, Staraptor, Sylveon, Kangaskhan, and a Gengar. Now, interesting to note here, Gengar is kind of a problem, Sylveon's kind of a problem. My answer to really all of them is kind of the Mawile Breloom core. Now, Slowbro, again, doesn't really do the best, it doesn't do the worst in this matchup. Don't really have much for the... I guess I do have something for the Dragonite and Mawile, but nothing really... I guess the Aegislash Hydreigon can take care of it. Now, what do I want to... I think Mawile needs to come. Porygon 2 and Breloom. Now, the question is, what do I want to lead with? Now, I think leading with Breloom sets me up in a good position unless he leads out with the Staraptor, which would be a very, very huge problem. So I think I'm going to go with Breloom, leading with the Breloom again, bringing Mawile and P2 in the back. Just P2 is bulky as bulk can be, so I think that'll do well in this matchup here. And the Mawile can take care of the Aegislash. Mawile is King Fire Fang, so that is not, again, well, it's not the best, not the worst, but I don't think my Mawile has Protect, because this is the singles Mawile that I have, not the doubles one. Doubles one has Protect. But again, opponent could bring quite a bit. The Gengar would be a little bit problematic in this scenario, but I don't know. Slowbro could take probably one Shadow Ball and hit back with a Psychic, unless it was Focus Sash, but then things will work. The Mawile does have Sucker Punch too, which would be a problem unless the Gengar's carrying Will-Wisp, which would kind of just... So opponent's going to lead off with the Sylveon here, so I'm going to lead off with my Breloom. I should be faster than the Sylveon. I don't think it's going to want to take a Spore, so we're going to just go ahead and go for Spore here, because I am faster. And we're just going to go right away for the hard switch out in... Hello? Shadow Ball! Well, isn't that interesting? So I guess this is a Rest Talk set? She's probably got Shadow Ball, Rest, Sleep Talk, and Hyper Voice. So right now Breloom is pretty much useless, so I might as well just try and get the KO with Bullet Seed and see what we can do. If we can get 5 hits, maybe. But realistically, that does quite a bit of damage, so if we get 4 or 5 or a crit, can we get one more? Nope. So he's fast asleep, gonna go for a Sleep Talk. If he pulls Rest, that'd be great, because then the next turn we will knock it out. And Hyper Voice, nope, just kidding. So getting a bunch of damage off on this Sylveon, not that big of an issue, but there's a good chance it's gonna wake up next turn. So if it does wake up, I'm gonna just go straight out into the Mawile, getting a useless Intimidate off on that Sylveon. I'm going to Mega Evolve, go for an Iron Head. It would be in his best interest to switch out, but I don't necessarily see him. He could do that, but he's running the risk of, unless he brought the Aegislash, he's running the risk of getting Play Roughed on his Dragonite, which it would not appreciate, because the Play Rough plus a Sucker Punch will take it out no matter if it's weakness policy or not. Is I'm going to get the Mega off, and we're going to see if he is able to wake up and go for a Rest, which I don't think... Yeah, so he's going to get the Sleep Talk off again. Third turn. Is he going to get a Shadow Ball, Hyper Voice, or Rest? Hyper... Whoa, what? So that's going to knock me down to 19... Wow. was not really expecting that. So it's going to be Porygon 2 versus the world again. So we're going to see what my opponent brings out here. If it's the Aegislash, I might switch out into Porygon 2 and just try and do some shenanigans with Porygon 2 and Ice Beam. But that is the Raptor getting an Intimidate off. So things are looking up right now, kind of. There's a good chance he's scarfed in some way, so I'm just going to go for a Sucker Punch here. Just get as much damage off. -1 Sucker Punch, going to do a little under half. He's going to go for a U-turn out, probably take me out. No, he's not. So he's going to do some Intimidate shenanigans here. His last Pokemon is Kangaskhan. Joy. So Kangaskhan's going to be able to knock me out with a so he's going to be able to get out to +1 here. Yeah, I think I lost right now, not having Breloom in the back. Yeah, so I think she's going to go for the smart place to go for the fake out here. Take out the Mawile, and then P2 comes in, and P2 gets blown back. Because there's no way, unless I can magically get a burn. Yeah, I wasn't outspeeding, so... So P2's going to come in, and it's going to be... Can P2 take several power-up punches and not die? I pretty much need a burn off this first try attack. So I'm going to trace Parental Bond, which is great. Oh, this is going to be fun. So Parental Bond, Porygon 2. So this is going to be fun. So he's going to go for a power punch, get up to +2. I need a burn or a freeze or a para or something off the tri attack. Now I'm going to have 2 tri attacks to mess around here with. So that just is going to be very interesting as we get the first tri attack off. Gonna do not that much, get the second one, and we get nothing. Nothing. So Parental Bond did something there. So Secret Power is gonna do quite a bit of damage to the point where I'm not gonna live another one. So I need a freeze or a paralysis on one of these hits, or crit. Nothing. So that's gonna be game. Because there's no way, unless he misses Secret Power, which I'm not carrying Bright Powder, so that's not gonna happen. And he's gonna go for the Power Up Punch, and that's gonna take out Porygon 2, and we're gonna end off this episode with a crit. We're gonna go 1-1 with this team as the power of Kangaskhan rears its ugly head once again. So that's going to wrap things up for this episode. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section down below. If you like the video, go ahead and leave a like. And, well, I'm going to get up out of here, come back with this team at least once more, and I'll see you next time.